Goya was a prolific artist, creating over 1,800 paintings throughout his lifetime. His work spanned a wide range of themes, from portraiture, political, domestic scenes, caricatures, and the supernatural, peppered with a dark sense of humour. In addition to his commission works for Spain's elite, Goya also explored deeply personal and often unsettling subjects. In 1792, Goya was struck by a severe illness that nearly claimed his life and left him completely deaf. This profound change isolated him from the world, but it also freed him from the demands of his patrons. While recuperating and no longer bound by the constraints of commissions, Goya channeled his energy into non-commissioned work, exploring new, innovative and experimental approaches to his artistic practice. During his time as a court painter, Goya had formed a close relationship with one of his patrons, the unconventional Duchess of Alba. Known for her fiery spirit and independent nature, the Duchess invited Goya to stay at her palace in Sanlúcar de Barrameda while recovering from his illness. This stay provided Goya with unique insights into the daily life and drama of the household, profoundly influencing his art. One notable result of this period is the pair of hilarious genre paintings, the Sanctimonious with the child Louis Berganza and Maria de la Luz, the second painting, the Duchess of Alba and the Sanctimonious. These works captured two humorous domestic scenes Goya observed at the palace, reinterpreted as intimate cabinet paintings, a type of small painting which is usually meticulously finished and intended for the appreciation of private collectors. The name comes from the small rooms or cabinets in which such work would be displayed. The elderly woman depicted in both paintings is Raffaella Luisa Steleskeff, a maid in the Duchess of Alba's household, dressed in a white gown with a black tunic and a lace bonnet. Raffaella was affectionately nicknamed La Beata, meaning the Sanctimonious, due to her devout nature, constant prayers and extreme superstitions. She was also the subject of many pranks as seen in these two paintings. The scene is set against a deep ochre background with minimal decoration, drawing the viewer's attention to the characters' interactions and gestures. Goya, renowned for his ability to convey emotion through body language and facial expressions, likely honed these skills further after losing his hearing. The composition of the painting is masterful, with the darker tones on the upper left intensified by the presence of the unknown black figure, in contrast to the warm hues on the right, where two tiny mischievous children tug at the hem of Raffaella's dress, attempting to topple her as if in a tug of war. This playful yet precarious moment is captured with great attention to detail, as seen in the tension of the fabric and the children's determined stances. Her expression is a mixture of terror, vexation. She looks almost demonic. Louis Berganza, the little boy in the foreground, was the son of the Duchess's administrator, who inherited these paintings after the Duchess's death. Maria de la Luz was adopted by the Duchess after her enslaved Cuban mother passed away. However, there are no historical records to support this, and most of it is speculation and interpretation by historians. Goya's inclusion of Maria as a central figure rather than in a subservient role was highly unusual for this time. This portrayal speaks to the close bond the Duchess shared with her adopted daughter, a relationship that defined the norms of Spain's colonial society. Nevertheless, the exact nature of her adoption and her origins remains somewhat unclear. When the Duchess of Alba died in 1802, she left Maria de la Luz a large sum of money and a yearly income for life. Little Maria was a victim of the slave trade and grew up without her biological parents, and unfortunately there is little documentation about Maria after the death of the Duchess of Alba. Maria de la Luz would have been around 12 years old. Some accounts suggest she moved to Cuba or lived with other noble families, but ultimately her fate is unknown. Author Carmen Posadas, who was inspired by this painting, wrote a novel about little Maria de la Luz, which was adapted into a historical film. Goya's depiction of everyday people, from maids and children to soldiers and prisoners, marked a significant departure from the grand historical and neoclassical themes favoured by the Royal Academy His rebellious spirit and relentless pursuit of creative freedom are evident in these works, as well as others which challenge traditional boundaries of his time and offer a candid glimpse into the lives of those often overlooked by society. Goya's experimentation with different materials, media and techniques left an enduring legacy, ensuring that his art continues to inspire and engage audiences of today.